Has your opinion ever not been considered due to your age or inexperience? The answer to that is probably yes. We currently find ourselves in a world full of changes, where the seeds of tomorrow are planted today. We, teenagers, are equipped with a variety of technological tools and a digital fluency that sets us apart. However, our creative abilities extend far beyond the digital world. In fields ranging from arts and music to social activism, we provide valuable perspectives and solutions. This distinct point allows us to question norms and envision the world as not how it is, but how it could be. Nonetheless, throughout our life, we have met many obstacles to our creativity. One of them is the education system. One of the education system's primary purpose is to prepare students to participate in society. However, in that process, it also erases some key personal traits that students develop throughout their childhood. By putting students in boxes, it hinders their ability to think outside the box. As a high school student, I can observe this many times. For instance, in the program I follow, there's a profile of an ideal student with qualities that students should try to embody. Now, I'm not saying these qualities are not good and that we shouldn't try our best to embody them, but again, there's this idea of putting students in boxes and making them think more and more alike. Now that I've discussed the challenges that we teenagers face, I want to talk to you guys about our current role in society. And for that, I want to use a particular example, football. Now, I know what you might think right now. How am I going to connect this back to my initial point? Well, just hear me out. Over the recent years in football, we have observed quite an odd trend. Young players are getting more and more important roles. For instance, last year, a player made his debut at 15 years of age in football's biggest league in England. That's younger than me. Or in Spain, where a player scored his first goal at 16 years of age. Now, there's also a trend with all the clubs who trust their youth and invest in their youth development, as they can observe and enjoy the many advantages it brings, whether it is sportive or financial. Sportive by getting more positive results on the pitch, by trusting their youth and letting them play to fulfill their potential, or financial by attracting more fans, generating more revenue, and selling them for high transfer fees, which can now rise up to hundreds of millions. Now, what I was trying to show you here is how this is a global theme. The groups and organizations that trust their youth and let them develop can obtain the advantages to it. And I think this is something that we should mirror throughout our society. As teenagers, we can't vote. Now, some might say that this is a logical decision. Teenagers are not mature enough to be making these sorts of decisions. They might be rash, they might not educate themselves on the different candidates, they might not even bother showing up to the elections. Well, I would find it a bit selfish to assume that, considering this is something that is portrayed throughout the adult population as well. You have many adults who blindly follow a candidate, not knowing their true convictions. And you also have many adults who do not even bother to vote anymore. Take the US, for example. In the 2020 presidential election campaign, a third of their population, which amounts to 111 million people, did not cast a vote. We're often told by our elders that the world relies on us to reverse climate change and shift the tide. Well, I'm asking you, how are we supposed to do that? We can't work yet. We can't generate income to donate. We can't vote. What we can do is wait. Wait until we're deemed old enough by standards that were set dozens of years ago. That doesn't mean we will be standing still in that time, though. Look around you. Teenagers are taking every opportunity they get. Whether it is fighting for a cause they believe in, starting their own business, or participating in events like this, to express their voice and their ideas. Teenagers, like the world, are evolving, and it's time we accept it. Thank you.